Oh my god, I love this movie. Hello and welcome back to Back to the Future. In the last episode, we ended up meeting young 1931 Dr. Emmett Brown. Let's see. We'll talk to Ein. Hey Ein, what's
Hey, how
up?
you doing, Einie?
Okay, Ein is doing nothing. So, I'm going to talk to Emmett Brown. Do we have anything in our inventory? What was this? Brown residence phone number.
Brown Estate, Klondike 51038.
Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna go back to Dr. Emmett Brown and see what he has to say about himself.
Now, if H stands for the one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then...
Little does he know that he's actually so close to himself. Oh, cool. That's a neat stop sign. There is no yellow light. There's only red and green. Not giving any warning that there's going to be a collision. Oh, not a collision, but there we go. The controls are a little bit more difficult because, like, as soon as I come to a roundabout, it changes immediately, and I can definitely see how they ended up improving controls from the camera's POV.
Psst, Doc!
Doc!
Marty!
You're an
have you
asshole!
found my younger self yet?
Yeah. What are you doing in jail? That's a good question.
How'd you wind up in jail in 1931 anyway?
During my trip to the past, I decided to look into one of Hill Valley's unsolved mysteries.
The fire at the speakeasy.
Exactly. I thought I was safely hidden across the street. But when the fire started, there was a tremendous explosion, and I was knocked unconscious by a stray brick. When I woke up, I was here in jail, charged with arson.
That's horrible.
I
Yeah.
know. Worse yet, I still don't know who started the fire.
Well, I met your younger self.
Well, I met your younger self,
Great.
and I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
Like,
What?
You
inside
won't
out.
even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
Says he's not a scientist.
I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Father.
Yeah.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections. So I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him. But right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
Yeah, I see. Your younger self sure mutters a lot.
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
Expo?
The expo?
Yes, the Expo. How could I have forgotten? In a few months, the younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science.
Ah.
Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
Huh?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure, one which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Why is the expo making you mutter? You seem really dedicated to the law. Well, let's look at this one.
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
I relate, buddy. I relate. Why is the expo making you mutter? How can I get Teen Doc to trust me?
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
How about Teen
I'm
Wolf?
not sure.
Huh? Teen Wolf? Teen Doc? Because he was Teen Wolf? Huh? Okay. Why is the expo making you mutter?
What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self is working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know, h to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
Shit. We'd probably have to figure out,
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
get it? Deadline. Because he's gonna die. He's on deadline. Deadline. Okay, let's see. Well, we probably could get the equation from the younger version. And we can probably get the solution from the older version. Oh, hey, there you are. So the question comes from the younger, and the solution comes from the older.
Gonna be the inverse. I have to line up. No.
Hey.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Crockett.
So about your rocket drill.
Damn it. About
Don't
your...
say it. And then the gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible?
How am I supposed to know about the equation?
The one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally H2A multiplied.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Crockett.
Sound a little
Sounds
scared?
like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Hop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Sound a little scared.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Hop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right-clicking, I can skip ahead. So about
Damn
your...
it. About
Don't
your...
say it.
I don't know what the equation is. Einstein, do you know what the question is? Is it 42?
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Oh, wait. Maybe we could give this book to him. This book has a lot of his answers.
Hey, right, no. What am I missing here? Or do we take H to stand for the Hermitian line operator? But in that case, H to the A multiplied
Give it to
by
him.
the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation value. But only if the coefficient...
Come on, hurry, 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 hurry. Go, go.
Wait, is that even possible? Oh, let's start over. Force equals mass times acceleration, of course. That's Newton. But how many newtons are required to maintain a constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse of the derivative of the speed relative to the speed of light? Oh, which brings back to H.
Always going back to the law offices. Let's give him the book. Maybe the book has the answer to it.
Well, no. H. I'm gonna be the inverse.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Crockett.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
I guess not.
Scared of my father.
Damn it. Damn it.
Yeah.
A multiplied by the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation
Okay,
value.
so
But only if the coefficient of friction remains.
I think if I give the book, it should give the answer. Excuse me. I apologize. I've drank a 12th pack in one night. It's amazing. I know. And I got a fair buzz, but not as the best one that you would imagine.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight. Psst, Doc.
Marty,
Oh,
how
Doc.
goes the escape plan?
I saw my grandpa.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's Tannen is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right,
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Let's see. Oh, about Edna
What do you
Strickland.
know about Edna Strickland?
Edna, we never really socialized when I was younger. She was a few years older than me, and we traveled in different socioeconomic circles. Why do you ask?
She thinks you're a hero for burning down that speakeasy. She's doing a story on you.
A story? Oh, yes, now I remember. Ask Edna, the etiquette column that doubled as a pro-temperance soapbox. She believed that the consumption of alcohol would inevitably lead to a complete societal breakdown.
Sounds like a fun gal.
You should have seen her when the hippies started showing up in the 60s. She just somehow lost her mind.
Good.
That would explain a lot.
A ton. I found your notebook.
I know this really isn't the right time or place, but I found your notebook.
Ah, so that's where I left it. Why'd you bring it here?
Because the bank's selling off all your stuff.
They can't do that.
Yeah,
That's what I keep trying to tell
They're
him.
doing that.
You hold on to it for safekeeping. We'll deal with my financial situation in 1986 after we save me from a grisly death in 1931.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, let's see. About Kid Tannen.
What's the story with this Kid Tannen jerk anyway?
Biff's father? By this time next year, he'll be pulling down a life sentence in San Quentin. There was even a song about it.
Wait, if Biff will be born in 1938, and Kid will be in prison,
As I recall, he escaped from prison in 1937 for about 3 hours.
that's a busy 3 hours.
No kidding.
Kidding. Oh, that's funny. He ended up getting out of prison long enough to bang a chick. About Edna Strickland, about Kid Tannen, I saw my grandpa. What are you doing in jail? Where have you
Where
been?
have you been all this time? I missed you.
I've missed you too, Marty. But I thought it was important to let you live your own life for a while, free from the insanity of time travel.
I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months.
Okay.
Besides, I've been busy raising my own unpredictable teenagers.
What? What? How's the family?
So how are Clara and the kids?
They're fine, fine. Right now we're trying to decide where to send Jules and Vern to college. Clara prefers the 2020s, but I'm partial to the 1960s. We're planning on visiting you and Jennifer in 2011 soon.
Me and Jennifer in 2011.
11.
Forget I said anything.
2011. 2011, I think that's when this game was made. It's funny. Where did the DeLorean come from?
Where'd the DeLorean come from? The last time I saw it had been smashed to pieces by a train.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fantastic story. Do you remember when the DeLorean got struck by lightning in 1955?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Unbeknownst to either of us, the lightning produced a temporal duplicate of the time machine, one that was tossed 70 years into the future.
What?
I found out about it during a trip to 2025 and recovered it just in time to stop Griff Tannen from vandalizing the time stream.
Ooh.
Heavy. So that DeLorean...
It's for all intents and purposes the exact same machine as the original. Plus or minus little bells and whistles I've added over the years, of course.
Oh my god, it ended up adding a whole new entire continuum to the story. 2025. Telltale, you're fucking ingenious. You're pushing it. You're pushing the timeline further and further away from all the fans. Anybody who's a friend of mine on Facebook and is watching this right now, 2025. That's how they're ended up pushing the... Well, that doesn't exactly explain a damn thing. I don't know. Anybody who's smarter than me, please explain it to me. What are you doing in 1931?
So what were you doing in 1931 anyway?
Oh, nothing terribly exciting. Indulging in a little personal nostalgia, picking up a few rare out-of-print books to surprise Clara on her birthday, solving a historical mystery or two. The usual.
The usual.
Well,
You lead a pretty unusual life,
Doc,
It's
yeah.
an unusual universe, Marty.
Oh my god. Damn it, Doc, you're fucking awesome. What happened to the time display?
I hate to tell you, Doc, but your last time departed display is on the fritz.
It is? So how did you find me?
I found one of Edna Strickland's shoes in the DeLorean.
How did one of her shoes get in the DeLorean?
Einstein took it from her.
He did? How strange. Ivy almost never attacks people. Not without a good reason, anyway.
Shoe. That's intriguing.
I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
Trust me.
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure. Maybe if we solve that problem he's working on, he'll be more inclined to trust you.
I can't figure out what your younger you is muttering about.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
Oh wait, we got something. Can we record what he's saying?
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up a...
Okay, so
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that... Let's talk...
okay, in the next episode, we're gonna use our tape recorder that we ended up finding in the DeLorean. This one in order to record it and bring it back to the doctor. All right, see you in the next episode. Bye.